Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name is Nick, and today guys we're going to be jumping down into the world of Ethereum, taking a look at the price action of Ether and to see what exactly has been going on and what I would expect to happen next. As I get into this video, if you find it useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, then why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so you will be kept up to date with absolutely everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. Now, if you have not yet joined us in Discord, the link is in the description down below. It's a fantastic community talking crypto 24/7. It's completely free, and I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find down there. So why not go ahead and check that out? You'll also find links to the Patreon services where we offer a lot more for our Patreon members via Discord. Everything from buying, staking, selling alerts, trading, AMAs, project reviews, and a whole host of additional benefits. If that sounds like something you're interested in, why not check those out in the description down below. Also, you'll find the new Cheeky podcast, a fantastic way of staying up to date with everything crypto on your daily commute to the office. If that sounds interesting, why not check it out? It's a fantastic community-led podcast, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. And yeah, I think you'll be well entertained as well. So check that one out. Okay, guys, let's start off with an apology. I clearly got this one wrong. I was expecting yesterday, at least according to yesterday's video, to drop down to $938 to $979. I clearly got this one wrong, so my apologies for that. I'm going to show you where I went wrong, and you know, all that kind of good stuff. So with all that done, let's actually review this. Right, Ethereum paired up with USDT on the hourly chart. Binance is a data source. That's kind of what we're looking at here. Now, I was expecting this to be the fourth wave high, and then we fell down here, right? Or we're looking to fall down. Now, essentially, actually, what's gone on is this is our wave 4. And this is our wave 5. I thought that was still wave 3, but that being said, it is where it is now, and it is done. We've moved on up, and now obviously with that being our low point, we actually now have our typical kind of 3-wave move going up. Now that's just changed things ever so slightly. So I'm just going to remove these, and I'm going to remove this for now. So the first thing we're going to do is we need to understand whether or not this is an overextension or this is like a double 3 corrective move, and all of those kind of really good things. So we do have 5 waves coming down here. We had our 3-wave move going up, and we've got another 5-wave move coming down. As I was talking about a little while ago, I think it was a few days ago, essentially we were talking about double tops, double bottoms, and essentially this is actually a contracting move, not an expanding one. Basically, our top point here, this 5-wave origin, is lower than this 5-wave origin, and the 5th wave low point over here is actually higher than our 5th wave low over here. It's unusual, but you know, given the fact that this is crypto, anything can happen. I'm going to run with it. It simply is a 5-wave move here and a 5-wave move here. Now the danger is that actually all we're doing is starting a really deep and overextended move to the downside, and just say that means really cheap Ethereum long term. But we're talking about a bounce at 998. We've seen the bounce at 998. Actually was a little bit higher, so 1006, I think, and then we moved up in a pretty significant way. I mean, if we take this low point to our high point, we've moved up 21% for Ethereum, which is a lot for ETH, right? Okay, so we understand that. Now, what we want to do is we want to know whether or not this is an area of reversal or whether we're going to be moving on up still. So to do this, we're going to grab hold of our fibs, right? I expect a 3-wave move here. Or some kind of complex move. Here we are just resting on the 1-to-1 ratio, and you know, it does look like we have a little bit more room to grow here. I wouldn't necessarily say this is a 5-wave structured move, but this could be some kind of typical kind of 4th wave stuff. But let's take a look at our stochastics and see where they are, right? So our hourly is actually in the oversold area, so that's interesting. We could see a small push higher. On the 4-hour, we're overbought. On the 8-hour, we're overbought. On the daily, we're overbought. So imminent drop to the downside. So I'm not expecting us to go up higher than 1,280. I would expect us to stay within that realm. I'm going to adjust this in a second as well. So I would say that there's probably a little bit push higher, but I'm not expecting it to do too much more to the upside. Okay, now if we are to think that we're in this macro move to the downside, right, and this is actually just a wave 1 within wave 3, so if I grab hold of this area, let me just show you what this looks like in a cleaner way. So we have like a 5-wave move like this, right? Essentially inside our wave 3, we've potentially had a 5-wave drop, which is a wave 1. We're in this wave 2 bounce right now, and then we have a wave 3 down, and then we bounce up for 4, then we drop down into the final 5th wave, right? Of which that would be the 5th wave of the 3rd wave. I think we're in wave 2 of the 3rd wave. Okay, so when we come back down here and we see this 5-wave structure, this 5-wave drop essentially is our wave 1. Okay, so there'll be this little area just here. This is the one that we've just had. Okay, so we've had that little 5-wave move, and to kind of confuse things even further, we can kind of see that this would be in our wave 3 of a wave 2. So wave 2 up, we're in wave 3. So we'll be in a wave 2 of a wave 3, of which we're in a wave 5. So if we were to then think about all of this structure here, and sorry if this is really confusing, but I want to kind of make sure everyone's kind of on the same page. If I put wave 4 here, all of this would be a 5th wave, right? So if I just draw this out, we'll ignore the scale of that for a second. But essentially in this 5th wave, we've kind of seen a 5-wave drop down. We then bounced up into a pretty significant wave 2. Okay, we then just had 5 waves down, and we're in wave 2 of wave 3 of wave 5, yeah? And so you can start to see how these things nest together. And then inside each of these, we would expect to see, you know, again, more of the same kind of wave count structures going on. Okay, so just wanted to kind of show you what that looks like in a cleaner way without all the candles in the way, because as we kind of come into this and we expand this back up, get rid of the stocks, we don't need those now, you can kind of see that we're in this kind of 3-wave move upwards, which would be a wave 2 of our 3rd wave. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure this distance, right, from our low point down here at $1,006 up to our high point just up here. So basically measuring the entirety of our 5-wave move, and I'm going to take it from the top to the bottom rather than the bottom to the top. This just makes it easier for retracement purposes. Okay, so we're retracing up the fib levels, right, rather than down the fib levels. So in this particular case, we can see that we've gone past the 50%, we've actually gone past the 702, and we're getting rejected from the 786 area. Now, typically, a wave 2 move would be anywhere between 50% retracement and 88.2% retracement. So if I go ahead and just adjust this yellow box, essentially this yellow box area would be our target and our expectations, and we're right slap bang inside it right now. Now, I think we've still got a little bit more room to grow to the upside, and there's probably some kind of sub-wave count going on within our 3-wave move. I'm not really going to go into that in too much detail, but essentially I think we've got an upper end here of about $141. Sorry, $1,241. And then, of course, on the lower side of the spectrum, we've got $1,133. Okay, and so that's kind of the expectations here. That would be a 3-wave move, and then we drop down in a pretty significant way. I would say that we're probably going to push for the 88.2%. So yeah, we'll probably go from our 1,200 maybe to 1,240. It's going to be a little bit. It's going to be up there, but like I said, I'm not expecting it to go higher than the origin of our 5-wave move. Okay, from here, we'll take that as our higher point. If I grab hold of the low, actually before I do that, I'll just delete the fib, and then I'm going to do another one, this time from the low to the top, and then I'm going to move this over to that 1,241 theoretical high. And this would tell me that my next drop should end somewhere around this 858 level. This is the 1.618. If we're getting overextended, you know, 3rd wave down. Okay, so I would expect a pretty significant kind of wave 1 drop, wave 2 up, then wave 3, then wave 4, then wave 5. Okay, and all of that, that's probably a really bad example. Let me just pull that up a little bit, bigger wave 3 like that. Okay, that would hit the 1.618. Then we'd have another 3-wave move upwards. Up. I can actually draw these in a straight line. Another 3-wave move upwards. This one would be about 38.2% of our 3rd wave move, and then we pull back down. Okay, so into a final 5-wave move. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? And all of that would be our wave 3. Okay, so none of this is accurate. This is just an example. We'd have wave 4 afterwards. So you can see here that we're kind of moving our way down. Obviously, lots of volatile movements. There's lots of counter moves and all that kind of stuff. But essentially, that would be the direction that I would expect Ethereum to go, considering how overbought we are on those larger time frames. You know, we are the fact that our wave counts are indicating that we should be looking to come on down here, and we've kind of got a 5-wave move here, a 3-wave move here, and this 5-wave move could be now an overextension within our 3rd wave before we have wave 4 and wave 5. So I would expect some pretty significant downside on Ethereum, at least on kind of the medium term. Long term, I'm pretty confident that once this next set of moves are complete, we should then be moving on up in a pretty significant way. Short term, I think there's some good opportunities to kind of take advantage of the bounces that kind of go on, these dead cap bounces. But essentially, for the most part, you know, we are dropping down on the medium term, and that should be our expectation. There's very little to be bullish about here on the charts. We've got things such as you know, inverse head and shoulders on the smaller time frames, but on the macro ones, all we're really looking at are head and shoulder patterns, specifically for Bitcoin. And of course, you know, there's no Adam and Eve patterns. Those don't exist on here either. The cup and handles don't exist on here either. There's nothing here from a pattern perspective that I can see that give me confidence in the space. If anything, we've got bear flags and things like that. So for the most part, yeah, I'm expecting downward price action. I would say that our lows at what I was talking about previously are around like 648 to 783 is too high. I would expect the price now to drop down lower under this structure with an overextension to this effect. I would expect much lower prices, but we won't know where they'll go just yet. We need to at least finish our wave 3 on this scale to be able to then figure it out. So guys, I'm going to leave the video there. If you have found this useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, then why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with absolutely everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. With all that said, done and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.